Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd do a 2-page Father's Day scrapbook layout. The paper that I'm using today is from the open stock section at Michael's. It does measure 11.5 by 11.5 and I'll go ahead and back that on a piece of 12 by 12 craft cardstock paper. I have inked on my edges today with my Stampin' Up! Basic Black and Early Espresso. And I'll glue it down with my zip dry. For those of you wondering what happened to my ATG, it ran out of tape since this is my third video recording and I am very lazy about getting up to refill it. I figured my zip dry was right here. Next I do have two borders. They're both Googled images that I brought down to my silhouette and trays. For the green one, this one does measure 11.5 by 2 1/4. This one measures 11.5 by 1 inch. And this border I did ink it with my Stampin' Up! Marina Mess stamp pad. And for my next page, I actually already have it ready. I do have 3 photo mats. My photo mats do measure 4 by 4 3/4. I do have my title. It does read Father's Day. It does measure 2 3/4 by 5 inches. And for this, I just typed it up on my silhouette and created 2 offsets. I did pop it up between the layers. I do have 3 pieces of clouds. They do measure 3 3/8 by 1 1/4. For my first piece, I do have my table. My table does measure 7.5 by 3 1/4 and everything has been pieced together. Next, I do have my grill. My grill does measure 2 1/4 by 3 3/4 and I did pop the top fire layer with 1 thickness of foam tape just to give the fire a little bit of dimension. Not sure if you could tell. I do have my father cow. For this one, it does measure 5 3/4 by 3.5, and the hat and the nose, I did pop it up between the layers with 1 thickness of foam tape. And now for these, because they are cows, I was not going to ink the edges. I wanted them to look a little bit clean. The only thing, it didn't look right and I wanted to ink the edges a little bit. So what I ended up using was my color box chalk. It's called charcoal, and I just inked the edges a little bit and I really like how they came out. Again, everything has been pieced together. And now for the cows, they are pieced together, but the pieces, I actually have cow print. So it's a digital print from Etsy and it's the one I've been using on my Toy Story characters. And since I had the cow print, I just filled my pieces and it did a printing cut. so everything's still cut and I still had to piece everything together, but it was just easier for me. I didn't have to put all the black little pieces on it afterwards. It really made it go by really much faster. Next, I do have my little boy cow. He does measure 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and the same thing. Everything has been pieced together. His soda, I popped it up on one thickness of foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension. The same thing with his nose. Next, I have my little guy with his watermelon. He does measure 3 3/8 by 3 1/2. I did pop up his nose and the watermelon just to give it a little bit of a dimension. Next, I do have my watermelon. My watermelon measures 1 5/8 by 2 1/2. I did pop it up on one thickness of foam tape. Next, I do have my ketchup. My ketchup measures 1 1/2 by 1/2 inch. My mustard does measure 1 1/8 by 5/8. My tomato measures 5/8 by 7/8. And lastly, my corn, it does measure 1 3/4 by 1 inch. And my mustard and tomato, I popped it up with 1 thickness of foam tape. And there you have it. This is my 2-page Father's Day scrapbook layout. If you enjoyed the video and like to give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it as well. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.